Guys, good morning. Welcome to the session on anchored VWAP and your FAQs or your questions today regarding stocks and index and anchored VWAP, of course. So, as you might be seeing a presentation which is running on your screen. So, starting with the introduction on TradeGyani. TradeGyani is a social networking site for retail investor, investment advisor, and portfolio managers. Uh, the whole aim for this is that people who follow the investment advisors can actually replicate what they are buying in their portfolios. So you can actually you have an option to replicate what the Gyanis are buying into your portfolio and replicate the allocation as well, and the entries and exit will be like informed to you over your registered email ID. So that is how the structure of TradeGyani is. Moreover, there are few interesting contests every now and then, which keeps on happening. Those are mostly virtual in nature, so you can just participate and win few prizes there. Now, moving on to my introduction, I am Deepak and I am an IT engineer by qualification, also a trader who trades using candlestick based technical analysis and with a combination of behavioral finance to it. I also run a blog on indianstocks.com on which I post a few interesting charts, setups, index views, and all. I'm active on Twitter on ID Indian underscore stocks. So basically, like everyone else, my aim is also to make money every day. But it somehow revolves around protecting capital more whenever day trade. So my aim is like not to define a target, but to define the risk initially. So that is my approach to trading. Moreover, in short to medium term trading, which is like swing trading, I keep on buying a stock for let's say a range is defined that I'll buy a stock in let's say 300 to 330 price band, and then we'll take forward the call how the stock behaves. So it's more of a approach is reactive in nature rather than predictive in nature. So I give myself a chance to stay in market and then see if the trade survives or it hits the risk level which is defined at the start. Moving forward to our topic today, which is your anchored VWAP. So what I'll be discussing about is first of all I'll share with you that what VWAP is. So once we are clear with VWAP, then we'll move forward to anchored VWAP and also to how to trade or make a view based upon anchored VWAP. We will be voice is low. Is it fine now? Okay, must be fine now, I think. So moreover, I'll be taking few examples from recent times, and we'll be taking live examples based upon your questions that how we can make a view based upon anchored VWAP. Moreover, there is a disclaimer at bottom that like all other trading system, this too has failure. So following risk management is a must. So this is no holy grail which will yield you 100% results. So like every other trading system, let's believe that it will be like 60 to 65 to 70% kind of true, and on 30 to 35% cases it will be giving you failure. So if this method fits your trading psychology or your trading method, then only it is useful for you. And it's not to be like it's a must that I should be using. If you are not able to understand the concept or if you are not able to get the feel out of anchored VWAP, then it's not a necessity that you should be using it. Okay, so moving forward, okay, moving forward, what is VWAP? So VWAP is basically volume weighted average price, if we explain the short, and it is calculated based upon adding the price into volume which is traded at all the time during the day. So VWAP calculation starts from 9:15 and ends at 3:30 when the session ends. So its limitation is that it's calculated from the session start and it ends at your session end. Okay, so that's there. The simple formula is that it's a sum of price into volume at all the time during the day and is divided by the total volume till that particular time. So that's your basic VWAP calculation. So how VWAP is used through the day? So basically, whenever let's say there is a mandate given to a dealer or a broker that you have to sell XYZ quantity of a stock by a big institution or somewhat of similar nature, then they have to like liquidate or buy through the day. So what they try to do is whenever prices revolve around VWAP, they either they if the mandate is to sell, they will sell at the average price, and if the mandate is to buy, they'll buy at the average price. So that at end of the day, their average cost of doing business basically is the average of that particular day as and is not somewhat a vague price. Let's say we are talking about Grasim here. So Grasim stock trades at 810 level, and let's say if institution has to buy 2 lakh shares, so it's not that liquid that they will put a 2 lakh order and it will be executed just like that. So they will have to push the prices higher, then they will wait for it to come down to the average price, then they will buy again there. So in the end, the aim is to get average price which is near to the volume weighted average price of the day. So basically they are the market maker in that stock in particular day, and they will be getting that stock at the average price. Okay, so that is the whole concept of VWAP. So it's largely used by institutions and is also used by our uh, small traders like me as a reference point. So whenever let's say I have a long position or a short position, my first view is that okay, the average price have come for the day, I should book partially at least. Or in similar nature, in if I have to buy a stock in cash segment, I'll be more willing to buy it at the average price of the day rather than buying it near to highs or the lows of the days, or selling it near to highs or lows of the day as such. So this is all about volume weighted average price, and the more significance is that it's calculated from start of the day from 9:15 to 3:30. Now moving forward, so now what is anchored VWAP? So VWAP is like I already discussed that is used as intraday volume weighted average price. So it signifies that the average price of all the trades done in a particular day. But what anchored VWAP is, it's an extended volume weighted average price, extended as such that we have to decide what is the starting point. It's not the default 9:15. It's us who will be deciding that what the starting point is, and we call that starting point as the anchor. So जैसे शिप का एंकर डाल दिया, वहाँ से वो मूव होता है नहीं होता है, ऑल डिपेंड्स अपॉन कितना ढील देते हैं. So like that you can try to understand the concept, but it's more like we will be deciding the starting point from where the calculation of the volume weighted average price will be done of all the trades which are done after that particular point. Now what's to be calculated from our end? We have to like calculate the starting point, so we are the decider of the anchor. So the anchor point can be anything, event day, it can be your result day, it can be a high volume day, uh, and in more simple terms, we can take the recent swing high and recent swing low also as a reference. We can take gap up event and a gap down event as a starting point. Also, interestingly, if you have noticed that from last 2 months, Nifty as an index is closing at or about it's at its VWAP. So of the month, not of the day on the expiry day. So for that calculation, we can also use anchored VWAP. So what we can do is from day one of start of the series, we can provide it as an input or as an anchor point, and let the calculation be done for whole series, and can be applied for all the stocks as well, which are trading in futures, to just calculate what's the average price of all the parties, the buyer and the seller, through the month. So if the price is somewhat closer or in proximity, it it revolves around that point. Okay. So next is, once a VWAP is plotted from an anchor, it shows the control of buyer and seller, which is not seen on a simple candlestick chart. I'll be taking examples now, explaining more about how to select anchor and how to interpret that information. Okay. Moving on to our first example. Yeah. So first example is your Reliance daily chart. So what I've done is I've taken anchor point from this low, recent swing low and a recent swing high. I think it's not visible to greater extent. Just let me see. नहीं, ठीक ही लग रहा है. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken the recent swing low, which was like on 28th of January, and recent swing high, which was in February. Need to check the dates. And I have drawn two anchors. So one at the swing low, one at the swing high. And as you can see that both were converging at this particular point from where the prices dropped. And just 3 days back, there was a strength candle, after which it has like crossed both the anchor averages, anchor VWAPs, one from the high and one from the low. Yeah. So I have, okay, not I have, the market has taken the prices above the anchored VWAP for both the seller and buyer. So this is on the daily time frame. We are not like able to make much कि क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ, right? Let's move on to next chart. This is a chart which is drawn on a 15-minute time frame. So this is Reliance on a 15-minute time frame. Starting points are the same. Only difference is when I had taken the anchor from below, I had to uh, I had to give 9:15 as a input time for that particular day. So when I am doing anchored VWAP on a daily time frame, I have to provide 9:15 as a input time. Whereas on a 15-minute time frame, I have taken 3 p.m. On that day as a input. And this is the fall started from 9:15 itself. So 9:15 is the input on this one. So as you can see, let's make a theory out of it, that when the anchored VWAP is drawn at the swing low, as you can see, first touch buying was initiated again. So it's like the same thing, that someone is given a mandate to buy Reliance. So when they initiated a buying, when the prices fell to the average price, they bought it again, and the prices went higher. Again a touch, again prices went higher, and then the prices went further higher from the average. Now it made a swing high and it started to fall. So we dropped a new anchor point here at the swing high, which is around 1317 or 19 in the spot market. And as we can see that whenever prices were touching it, it were coming down. So the mandate was reversed, that अब बेचो, जब भी average आता है बेचो. So prices kept going lower. Then there came a point when prices were below the average price of buyer. Let's make a view again. This green is denoting when the prices are coming from lower levels, and this red is drawn as the anchored VWAP for the seller. So red and green are indicating your buyer and seller average prices from that starting point. So when the prices dropped below this buyer average, the green line, and when the reaction was on the upside, as you can see that the selling emerged again at the green line. So this was the buyer exiting the trade. This cluster is the buyer exiting the trade at its average cost, and seller is still in control because the prices are trading below its average. So this went on till this point. Again, when the buyer average came, the prices fell. This point again, sellers took control. This point again, seller took control. Till recent on, I think, 6th, that prices have crossed both the anchored averages. So अब इसमें कैंडलस्टिक में if we go back, we will not be able to even imagine that ऐसा कुछ भी हो रहा होगा पीछे. If we look at this daily candlestick chart, we will not be even able to figure out कि ये लड़ाई चल रही थी कि नीचे एक buyer है ऊपर एक seller है, दोनों ऐसे लड़ रहे थे. So this clarity is majorly coming out from this anchored VWAP that yes, there is a fight going on and people are trading watching their own averages कि मेरा एवरेज क्या है, मैं उस पे जाएगा तो मैं वापस I'll double up or I'll protect my selling average like that. Moreover, let's consider that buyer भी एक ही है seller भी एक ही है, तो ये buyer ने ऊपर किया, इधर से seller ने नीचे किया, and they both are protecting their averages. So this is how we can make much information out of anchored VWAP, right? Moving on to next question, next example. This is example of Davis Lab when the prices hit 1700 first time. So someone initiated a sell, so I have taken it on a 15-minute time frame, anchor point at a swing high. So whenever the prices were coming at its average cost, the prices were seeing a rejection, and then also came that IT rate thing also that pushed the prices lower till much lower prices, though recently it has again hit a new high and have fallen off again. Moving on to next example, it is your Hindustan Unilever HUL daily chart. So what I have done is I have drawn a starting anchor from the recent swing high, which was at around level of 1840. So from 1840, if someone is actually consistently selling, you can see that there are more red bars than the green bar. So when the prices are coming down consistently, the seller is under control. There was one moment that not one here on the fourth candle it touched it, went lower, rejection. From this low, a matching low, prices rebounded, and where did they rebound to? They rebounded to the anchored VWAP. Again, a selling pressure was seen at this level and has now broken the swing low, recent swing low, ये जो बनाया था ये वाली candle. So what we are making out of it? I mean, who would have thought looking by candles कि यहाँ पे price गिरेगा? So that's the benefit of anchored wave, that we can make out who is in control and who is the boss. So now going forward in HUL, what we will be looking is that all or nearly any upside push should take the prices higher to the seller's average at least. So if let's say I am initiating a trade at level of 1680 on 1680 on HUL. So my initial level will be okay to look at levels of 1755 on the upside. The voice is dipping. I don't know why. Let me give a check. Is it fine now? I think I should clear this at. I think it will be more prudent now or more in better shape. Think so. Okay, let's continue forward. This was about HUL. Now the question is ki how you will be adding this indicator at your end and how will be you be following it up at your end. जितना मैंने बताया जो chart देखे that's all fine, but how you will be plotting it. So, on your screen now are basic two methods to plot anchored VWAP. First one is in.tradingview.com. Two, three simple steps are there. Just go to the indicator part, search for anchored, and select anchored VWAP. Then go to format for anchored VWAP and provide the candle location as input. So I'll be explaining this how on that website. Just let me do that. So this is your indicator and strategies. Go to this part. In the search, type anchored, ANCHO. ये आ गया anchored VWAP. Select this. Okay. Once you select it, it will be showing here. Okay. Now what I'm saying is that let's say this was the swing high on 7th of Feb. So go to this settings, go to input, change the year to, you have to update it to the candle location. So it is 2019, second month Feb, date is 7th. And if you are doing it on daily time frame, then you have to do it on 9:15. Okay. If I am doing it on a intraday time frame, if I am doing it on a intraday time frame, I have the liberty to provide more narrow time as input. So just loading it up. So this was the swing low, which was created at 30th of January, 1500 hours. So in this one, I have provided first month is January, days 30, time is 15. So this is how you will be able to input it as a time. So this is how you will be able to plot anchored VWAP on TradingView. I believe the steps are quite clear, right? Cool. So these are simple steps. Let me repeat again. Go to this indicator, go to anchored, select it. Then this second option is to edit, provide input as the candle location. So for a daily chart, provide 9:15 as the hour and minute. For a intraday chart, 15-minute time frame, provide that candle location as the input. Okay. We'll be taking up more stocks as example, proceeding forward. Okay. Just let me check the chat, what all questions are there. Yes, Sucheta, PPT is available for later reference. Then Rohit, we actually have an option to check volumes, like I discussed before, that the starting points can be based upon your swing high, swing low. Also, abnormal volumes, which usually come on a event day, gap down, gap up. So we can choose that location based upon that volume and event as an input or the starting point, the anchor point for AVWAP. Uh, Somaj has a question how to plot AVWAP, so I have taken that up. Uh, TradingView does not have AVWAP for date before 2017. Okay. So before 2017 का नहीं है. We'll take it up. I believe we'll take it up later, this part, to before 2017. Moreover, what uh, I had seen your comment on Twitter also. What I suggest is basically if we are going for a time period which is before 2017, so that may be like considered under the EMAs and DMAs and all. Uh, there may not be much of a difference actually in that time. Moreover, second part to plot AVWAP is your AMI broker. So I have a AFL which is attached to this PPT. So for circulation, we'll be circulating this anchored VWAP AFL, which can be used in your AMI broker, and just simply uh, provide uh, a candle as input in that also. So process remains the same. Rohit, yes, 9:15 as starting on daily, and for intraday you have to provide candle location, not 3:15, not 3, just the candle location कि कहाँ पे that candle is. तो वो it can be 11 and it can vary on different times on different stocks. So we will be taking few examples on stocks, तो उसमें आपको clear हो जाएगा. You will be more clear about it. Uh, Kona, I'm not sure if it's available on Fires. From where I knew, I have shared that it's available on these two. So TradingView is also free, so you can plot it up there. Also, if you have broker, then you can use that. Uh, Dishant, time frame actually, like I started with today's topic, I do not intend to interfere in your trading time frame. Okay. So neither your analysis. So if you are doing all your analysis on daily time frame, then it's good that you apply it on your daily time frame. If you trade based upon intraday charts, then you just implement it in your intraday charts. So that is my reply. I mean, I use it on intraday because I trade intraday time frame and not the daily time frame. But for cash stocks, which after the recent rally, I'll be using it on daily time frame as well. But a simple thing I'll be doing is कि जो जो अब ऊपर आया है, if that holds its anchored VWAP, which is from recent swing low, that's a good stock to buy. Yes, that's a thing to watch out going forward because the buyer will be holding its prices and will not be like letting it go. So that's one indicator uh, to look forward for stocks to buy in a correction. So when a stock is not breaking its anchored VWAP from the buyer side, you can say that the buyer average, the green one, is holding up in a correction is a good sign, and I'll be focusing more on it. Yeah. Uh, yeah, time frame is done. In Reliance, we saw price breach the VWAP. Seller would have trapped. Uh, Not ideally, a seller would not have been trapped, but it's like seller has let it go. So maybe they have booked it out or something like that because the prices remained lower from the seller's average for quite a long period. तो वो seller ही buyer बन जाता है last में और हम फंस जाते हैं. We are the one who are always trapped. Yes, Sucheta. In case of absence of recent swing high, recent events, we should ideally be looking for swing high, swing lows. That's a fair assumption or a fair point to look forward. Rohit, what a dumb question. Of course, India will win. Uh, Bhushan, I do not have any broker in my system, so I'll not be able to show it. but it's a simple AFL. If someone is using AMI broker, it's just a click away that they have to provide the candle as an input. So it's not a big task to apply. Tarun, you were able to plot for selling side and how to plot for buying. You just need to add anchored VWAP twice in your chart. So just repeat the process. Go again to indicator, again add anchored, and it will be added twice. So just provide another input for the uh, buying side. So you will have two anchored VWAP on your charts. You can have more than two also. The process remains the same. Just add it again and again from the indicator part. Okay. Infi falling in Israeli shall we short? Let's skip that part. Yes, Savan, it's the video is already on YouTube, uh, live as we speak. So you can refer it again. Uh, Somraj, the AFL will be distributed. Just look it out if you have AMI broker in your system. I'll not be able to do that. Yes, Dishant, just state the name. We'll take that as a question. Okay, now let me take the questions that were being posted by people. I'm majorly done with the topic of discussion, which was anchored VWAP. So we'll take few questions. We'll take more examples. I have Trading View opened up on my system, so just keep posting your questions. Then I'll be making sure that all are covered. Yeah. So Ramnath has a question that which stock are good in pharma sector for next 1 year? I think Suven Life Sciences, Lupin, then your Ipca Labs is coming out nicely. So few stocks in that list. Krishna Kumar has a question. What's your view on telecom sector after 5G announcement by Jio? For that, I will say that you can look for 5G service providers rather than 5G service providers to the telecom sector, not the telecom stocks in itself. So maybe your optical fiber guys or your IT guys like Tech Mahindra on corrections, which have 5G contracts already and the technology support. So that can be looked into, not the telecom sector as such, because they are now like road sector only, heavy capex and all, and too much competition, which is coming from Geo and all, making the life tough for everyone. Next question is from Manoj Tripathi. He wants to know about Wipro. After bonus allotment, can I buy more on these levels? For Wipro, I'll say that you can avoid for now because it is trading uh, very badly. So 270 is a resistance for Wipro. If you want to buy, then only buy above swing highs. Uh, this stock will be going into consolidation now. It seems the run is done for now, the upside which was there. Next is what would be the outlook of Praj industry? It has jumped 60% in 6 months. Can I buy on this level? Let me check. Oh, Seems like a double top kind of formation. If you want to buy, then try to buy sub 140 levels. So below 140, you can look to buy. Amit Agarwal has a question, best resource to learn technical analysis. Answer is very simple. You can Google more and more about technical analysis. You can follow people on Twitter who are posting charts. Just look and observe what kind of techniques they are using. Go to Google and search for those techniques, and you will get thousands of results. Then there is YouTube for same. So a lot of free stuff is available. Gopal has a question, which sector looks good for now in the recent market scenario? I have not been able to do that part, Gopal. I'll be updating my portfolio on TradeGyani, which you can follow and track for more sectorial insights and all. I have not done that analysis right for now. Next question is from Lavkush Gupta. What is liquid base and what is the point on investing in this? See, Lavkush, liquid base is, as you might have already seen, that it trades at 1000 flat price. So it's like a debt instrument for you, in which you can simply put the additional funds which are not additional, the idle funds which are there in your trading account. So what it will do is the approximate returns is like 6.5 to 7% per year. So what it does is it provide you dividends every day, which are accumulated for a month, and extra units are allocated at the end of month. So eventually, for the idle fund, you are getting a purchase, and you are increasing your returns on the idle fund. Moreover, liquid Bs are accepted by brokers as margin also. So you can trade on having liquid Bs in your portfolios. Next question is from Siddhartha. What makes AVWAP any different from other strategies? Any resemblance to other strategies? AVWAP is different, or you can say similar to VWAP. Only difference is that the starting point, we can extend the time frame from intraday to multi-day to swing high to swing low. All depends upon what starting point we choose. Okay. Uh, it does not resemble more to any other strategy, but its own parent, which is VWAP. Vinod has a question, how is exit stop loss determined using AVWAP? See, Vinod, like I discussed uh, that we are calculating the average of your buyer and seller through the rise and fall. Okay. Like in the case of Reliance also we discussed. So a stop loss can be decided for existing position. If we are trying to build a position, then it, it should be at the start of trend, not when the trend is maturing. So like that. What was the exact? So it's more of a perspective thing that who is winning at that particular time. If the seller is winning, then we should be looking for sell side trades. If the buyer is winning, then we should be looking for buy side trades. So it gives us a perspective that what should be done at that point for that stock. What should be the first trade we should be looking for. If it does not match our view, then we can simply avoid that trade. So it can help in that manner also. Usha has a question, what's your favorite trade using anchored VWAP? Uh, my favorite trade was on Friday in Larsen Toubro. So I was looking for a short opportunity and got one which I will be trailing using anchored VWAP. Also, I had a position which was based upon anchored VWAP in Divi's lab, in which I was looking for a sell trade once the prices went again to the anchored VWAP from the seller, which gave a nice follow up on the downside.
Abhinav has a question. How to manage risk while using anchored VWAP? Is risk management any different with respect to other strategies? Yes, Abhinav, risk management is totally different because anchored VWAP does not give us trades. It only gives us perspective. So the perspective is that who is winning, who is not winning. So risk management will be as per our original strategy. Anchored VWAP will just give us a perspective कि हमें कौन सी साइड लेनी चाहिए, कहाँ पे रेजिस्टेंस है, like that. So if let's say the chart on your screen is HUL, so if on this candle we are getting a sell signal intraday, then we have our own risk management strategy. But when prices are reaching this sell side anchored VWAP, we are like, okay, यहाँ पे तो sell trade ही देखना चाहिए, that way. So risk management is as per our original trade setups, but it gives a direction that यहाँ पे ये इस बंदे का हाथ भारी है, इसका है, like that. Okay. I want to know about the current market volatility duration. Is a question from Kusum Kataria. So market volatility will never end. And if market volatility will end, then there will be no upside and downside moves. So that will stay. And if you are saying that recent market moves are volatile, then they are not because the VIX, which is a parameter to calculate the market volatility, is fairly low. So it is at around 15, 16 level, which is not high in any circumstance. So high volatility will crop up when we go near the general elections or election results. It will be in the higher range of 24 to 28 at that particular time. So that will be high volatility environment, not the current one. It's not a high volatile environment. Ashish has a question that regarding Dawat. What tell me about expected movement in coming 6 months? Okay. Uh, Let me see about Dawat. Okay, Dawat is your LT food. So you are asking about next 6 month. So in next 6 month, if the prices go above 47, you can expect a test of 62. So I think that is more than enough to expect in next 6 month. Yeah. What is the long-term view on ICICI Bank, REC, Balrampur Chini? Shrikant asked that question. So long-term view on ICICI Bank. So ICICI Bank is that kind of stock that you don't buy at resistance or on breakouts. You buy it at supports. So recent supports are in the range of 350 to 340. So whenever the stock comes in that range, should be bought. And don't try to buy around 380. So that is a resistance. Expectation, I don't know. It's a sort of steady stock as of now. So you can expect like 430 to 440 in coming year or so from ICICI Bank is my conservative view. Then REC as a stock is doing something very good uh, recently. Yeah, it has given a breakout, and I think it will be merged into PFC, so you will be getting shares of PFC. So I'm giving a view based upon the current REC price. So from 143, I expect it to go to 165 to 180 levels in future. Moving to third one, which is your Balrampur sugar. So initially it can dip to level of 115 to 120, and on upside it can head to level of 175 depending upon the commodity itself. Next one or the last one which I have is from Hatson Agro. Should the investment be done in Hatson Agro? Seems a fairly decent stock on charts. So 565 is the lower end for this one, and 722 break will lead to upside to 830 odd for Hudson Agro. Okay. Now moving to the YouTube questions. Okay. Uh, there is a question on Infi. Let's cover that. So Infi may slide to level of 697. Next one is Raymond, the complete man. So Raymond can also slide to level of 780 and on upside can test 884. Sun Pharma can again test 443. On upside 476 to level of 490 can be tested. Ambuja Cement. Cement stocks are looking good given that government does not come to curb the prices, which somehow I am expecting that it's too good to be true that 40 rupee per bag price hike is there and government has not done anything. So that thing can come. You should keep that in mind before leveraging into this. So Ambuja has a resistance at 230 to level of 245. It can go about 230. Yes, Prasan, this question has not been covered. Your question is good. Whether normal moving averages better होते हैं या anchored view better होता है. See, normal moving averages are only taking price and time into account. But this anchored VWAP is taking into account the number of volume which has taken place from the starting point of your choice, which is majorly based upon the initiation of a trade. कि सेल साइड वालों ने इनिशिएट किया है एक स्विंग हाई पे या फिर कोई गैप डाउन हो गया तो गैप की वजह से एक प्राइस मूव नया शुरू हुआ है सो दैट इज अ बिग मेजर डिफरेंस एंड इज नो वेयर क्लोज टू बी कंपेयर्ड टू नॉर्मल मूविंग एवरेज मूविंग एवरेज इज जस्ट योर क्या बोलते हैं प्राइस एंड टाइम कि कितना प्राइस का मूविंग एवरेज कितना टाइम का मूविंग एवरेज है और उसका प्राइस और बस डिवाइड बाय नॉर्मल नंबर सो इट्स नॉट कंपेरेबल विप्रो आई एम नॉट दैट पॉजिटिव आईटीसी का कभी कुछ हो नहीं सकता साहिल तो नथिंग मच Rahul, Rahul has a very good question. Which point is more reliable for drawing anchored VWAP? Is it the gap up, gap down, or a swing high, swing low? See, Rahul, the point is we may not be having gap up, gap down events large in number, but swing high, swing low is like रोज का काम है, right? कि मार्केट मूव होता है ऊपर नीचे तो स्विंग हाई स्विंग लोज आर नॉर्मल ऑब्जर्वेशंस इन अ पर्टिकुलर मार्केट सो दैट इज द पार्ट सो जो रेगुलर occurrences हैं दोज आर स्विंग हाई स्विंग लो सो आई फोकस ऑन दोज ओनली yes harsh I'll be drawing it for z so z limited let's draw the anchored VWAP from swing high to swing low he is asking to draw at 384.85 why 380 ओके ये लो चाहिए भैया को This is 1 March. So this is drawn from the swing high. Swing low is your 25 of January. So this is how it looks. So the value at swing high is 472. So let's draw this array at 472, and on swing low it is at 389. So upside resistance who can define 472. So a rebound to this, the seller will be likely to protecting his cost. Okay. I want to, Savan has a question. I want to start trading, anchored VWAP trading. How much minimum capital to start? Any suggestion? This is not how you approach trading, Savan. This is not a holy grail. It's like जो पहले कर रहे थे यार वही करना है. I have already told you guys that it should be incorporated in your existing scenarios if you find it useful. Nothing to be changed about it. Okay. Uh, yes, we can take a year high, low as you wish. देख लो उसका significance क्या है. If it has been like already breached many times, तो फायदा नहीं है कुछ. Moreover, what my point is, see, nowadays everyone is trading short term, and it captures the short term memory to its best कि कहाँ पे इनिशिएट हुआ, कहाँ पे कौन बाय कर रहा है, कौन सेल कर रहा है. तो I'm adding to I'm adding a speculation tool to your armory. Priyanka has a question. What about IDBI share? Why IDBI loss from month of February? ये मुझे नहीं पता वो लॉस में क्यों जा रहा है. मेरा अकाउंट है वो, मेरे को देखना पड़ेगा कि निकालना है कि छोड़ना है. Okay, IDBI has been dumped. There was an open offer actually in IDBI at 61 price. So I believe that has gone through. तो उसके बाद जो prices हैं they have come to their originality. What is Somraj has a question. What is the benefit of shifting starting point of VWAP? See, VWAP is not by choice. It is by force that 9-15 से ही start करना है. ठीक है. Whereas anchored VWAP is our choice कि we will start from where we wish, right? Moreover, we have till now seen that कि भैया ये तो हमने पीछे लेके गए हैं, right? लेट मी शो यू एग्जांपल कि जिसमें हम आगे भी लेके जा सकते हैं कि वी विल स्टार्ट इट फ्रॉम इंट्राडे. फ्रॉम इंट्राडे 9-15 से नहीं, जहां मेरी मर्जी होगी वहां से. टेकिंग इट एज एग्जांपल, ये लार्सन टूब्रो का है ट्रेड फ्रॉम yesterday 8 March. I'll provide as a input, and the candle location will be this swing high from 9:30. See, अब मेरा जो नॉर्मल व्यू है पे दैट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम 9:15. तो ये तो भैया भागा था 9:15 पे. नहीं, मेरे को तो नहीं चाहिए 9:15 से एवरेज, मेरे को तो वहां से चाहिए जहां से एक्शन इनिशिएट हुआ. सो सेलिंग एक्शन गॉट इनिशिएटेड फ्रॉम दिस लेवल. आई विल बी टेकिंग स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट एज दिस कि 9:30 से क्या प्राइस है सेलर का. ठीक है. अब देखो द पर्सपेक्टिव. all all the candles have closed below this anchored VWAP, and should be क्या बोलते हैं उसको, act as a resistance going forward as well. Okay. सो दैट इज द पॉइंट राइट कि ये बेनिफिट है एंकर्ड वेब का। वीवेब पे तो ज़बरदस्ती है भैया, 9:15 से ही स्टार्ट होगा। अब मेरा मान लो 12:30 पे कोई स्विंग हाई बनता है, तो आई पुट दैट एज स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट, मैं उसको रेफरेंस लूंगा। व्हाई शुड आई टेक द ट्रेड्स डन बिफोर 12:30 एज अंडर माय एनालिसिस, राइट? सो दैट इज द पॉइंट, होल पॉइंट, कि वो हम आगे भी शिफ्ट कर सकते हैं, वो हम पीछे भी शिफ्ट कर सकते हैं अपनी कन्वीनियंस के हिसाब से। ओके, moving on to next one. Any stock where anchored VWAP works fabulously. Anchored VWAP will work fabulously on all liquid stocks, index, options, instruments, everywhere. Anything which is liquid, it will work there and will work fabulously. And like I told you at the start that for future stocks, we can choose the starting of a series also as an anchor point, कि पूरी सीरीज में क्या बायर का एवरेज और सेलर का एवरेज हुआ है, दैट वे। ओके, चलिए यार आईटीसी देख ही देता हूँ भाई, तुम मान तो रहे नहीं हो, बाकी ये करेगा कुछ नहीं। So from anchored viewer perspective is the question. So we'll provide this candle as an input 11 Feb. So the buyer average is way lower at 278. So the price have ran up and have ran away from the buyer's average at current point. So वो symmetrical triangle है नहीं है, but anchored wave is not saying anything in this stock as of now. Moreover, it is likely to top out at this recent resistance of 297. वहां से एंकर बना लेना कि सेलर कहाँ तक लेके जा रहा है, क्या कंट्रोल है। Prices have run up way too far and ahead from this anchor starting point at 278. Next question is from Kona. Do you use only AVWAP? No, sir, not only AVWAP. I use other things also. Yes, Dishant, just tell me the name of the stocks. I'll plot it on them. Yes, for the green and red one, the option is in the setting. Go to style. जो आप नीचे से draw कर रहे हो उसको provide green as a color. The one which you are plotting from upside, multiple VWAPs, provide red as the color. So that problem is solved. If you're not able to see anchored VWAP line, then you must have made a mistake in the input. Provide 915 as a starting point if you are taking a daily chart. Mindtree and Gale are next one. Mindtree is such a stock कि बस भैया पूछो मत, करना क्या चाहता है इसको ही नहीं पता। 19 Feb 9:15। ठीक है, ये Mindtree पे I plotted a starting point for the anchor. And for the red one, I shall be giving this one, which is your 5th March 9:15. Okay. So buyer seems to be in control, taking the prices up whenever there is a dip to that price. Now currently stands at level of 906, the buyer average. CMP is 919. Seller has not been able to do much. Moreover, it's a stock in news, which is like waiting for that KKR deal and the promoter deal to happen. So उसके बाद ही कुछ clarity होगी. On daily time frame also, it's basically a stock which is stuck in a kind of a narrow range given the scenario in IT stocks. So 800 to 940, and recently it is like 940 to 870 kind of range. Next one was GAIL, GAIL, Gas Authority of India Limited. So quite clearly you can plot a starting anchor from this part, 14th of Feb, and as you can see, ki all candles have taken support at that price, and that average price is at क्या है 331. So 331 is the buyer average, so should be maintaining it. For seller, we can skip that part क्योंकि वो बहुत दूर है. Can be taken as this level. May have already lost his control. 6th of November. इतना पुराना seller कोई active नहीं रहता. So this 331 should act as a support. Kalpesh, not possible to draw in Zerodha. It's not there. Jet Airways liquid नहीं है अब. Jet Airways is always in ban, so कुछ फायदा नहीं है उसमें. Kalpesh, it's to be drawn on TradingView or on your AMI broker. Only two options. 7th of Feb. Drawing for Raymonds. Dikshant, what the starting point for seller you have given? 21 December. Okay, for Raymond's, selling was initiated from 21st of December. Prices went lower, lower, lower. On 25th of Feb, prices were tested. 26th of Feb tested. यहाँ पे काफी strength दिखाई seller ने 28 तक. Then the seller has lost its control. Now seller has lost this control is the point which is to be taken up, right? And for buyer, the prices are way lower at 723. So buyer is sitting in control, seller has lost its control. So majorly if stock falls to level of 760 also, the seller will come down back to cover his shorts. So 760 should act as a support for Ravens going forward. सर कल्पेश जी ऐसे नहीं चलता कि ड्रॉ करो एंकर्ड वे पर बाय कर लो. I have told you, you may not have started, you may not have joined from starting. It's a tool to make a view, not to take a trade कि स्कैन करो और कल का ट्रेड निकाल लो. View on Xide. Xide has a resistance at level of 244, and 230. So from 230 it can move to 244. Yeah, from on Kotak, what should I explain? I'm not able to get your question. You Kotak I plotted for gap down on 21st. ठीक है. हाँ तो ठीक तो है फिर. Take 21st as reference for red वाला. Yeah. हाँ, ग्रीन वाले का 28. ठीक है. हम्म. हाँ तो स्टिल. तो प्राइसेस आर इन कोटक एट द सेलर्स एवरेज ओनली ना. तो जो भी ट्रेड हुआ है स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 22nd, ऑल बाउंसेस आर उसी पे हिसाब से ही खेल रहे हैं. या हैव टू टेक फ्रॉम अ डे बिफोर. रादर इससे फर्क कुछ पड़ेगा नहीं. आई मीन दैट वॉल्यूम्स एंड ऑल हैव ओनली केम डाउन फ्रॉम दैट 22nd. So if you then on the buyer side 28th का 15 is the point. 28th का 15 is the lowest candle, तो swing low उधर है. Then ठीक है. The seller is also taking the control. तो for now it's stuck in a range of merely 20 points. So merely 20 points. So what the stock is likely to do is once it crosses 1250, which is like this candle high, it is likely to go for that gap fill trade. Yes, yes, Tarun, that is also fine. You must have taken the swing high and swing low. Yeah, let's draw it on Bajaj Finance. Bajaj Finance looks above both buyer and seller anchored VWAP. अभी सेलर का तो कोई एंकर भी है नहीं. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट दिस तो ये तो अगस्त है. इट्स ओनली द बायर थिंग विच इज गोइंग ऑन, क्योंकि इट्स एट द स्विंग हाइज ओनली. तो इफ यू वांट टू ड्रॉ अ सपोर्ट फॉर दिस तो टेक 28 जैन एज योर इनपुट. 9:15 एंड यस. इसको इंट्रा पे देखते हैं. गिरा था साला उस दिन. व्हाट्स द एग्जैक्ट कैंडल. या so this 130 candle is the exact one. 45. हाँ तो हाँ ठीक है. दिस इज द बायर एवरेज. बजाज फाइनेंस में कहीं नहीं है वो. बहुत दूर है बायर एवरेज भी. तो 2610 will act as a support yet to make a swing high. तो there is no seller anchored way for Bajaj Finance till now. Okay, so guys, I think then we are done. for today's session. For more questions which are left, what I'll be doing is I'll be posting their replies on TradeGyani website. So you can tag me there, and those will be taken care there itself. Okay. So thank you guys for joining. Have a great weekend and enjoy your day. I'll be sending out email with your AFL for your AMI broker and also the presentation which was shown to you today. Okay, you can connect with me on Twitter and you can connect with me on my email also, which is on your screen now. So those are two methods. If your questions have not been answered in today's session, please feel free to drop me an email. I'll reply to them like I was replying to your questions in the session. Okay.